friends, welcome to Divinity Original Sin 2. We are going to start a campaign today. I think classic mode is fine. Alright. So, we can, either pick an origin character. So these are the characters like in Baldur's Gate 3, because it's the same studio. So we have Seville, the Red Prince, Ifan Ben Mezd. I don't think I'm saying that right. Beast. I think Beast is fun. Loz. I think that's her name. Losa. I also like Fane. Fane is fun. Or we could be our own character. So I want to be my own character. I want to be an elf. I love playing as an elf. I have played some of this game before. I don't want to be a knight, metamorph, ranger, rogue, shadowblade, wayfarer. I think witch is fun. I like playing as a witch because I get raised bloated corpse and mosquito swarm automatically. Wizard is also cool because you get fossil strike, searing daggers, and ignition. I gotta think of who I'm taking with me. Oh, that's cool armor. Battering ram, blinding radiance, shocking touch, cleric, decaying touch, bloodsucker. But conjurer is good too because conjurer automatically gets the elemental totem, which I really like using the elemental totem. This sounds loud to me. Hold on. I cannot tell if I can lower the volume right now. Let's try that for now. Hopefully, we'll do that for now and then I'll raise it later. I just cannot hear myself think right now. There we go. But it also has Conjure Incarnate, which is also really good. And then Dimensional Bolt. Which is also really good. Conjurer sounds really good. Enchanter's good. Rain, Hail Strike, Electric Discharge. Fighter, Inquisitor. There's so many. I love this game. Okay. I would love to play this with somebody one day, but like, okay. So there's plenty of different backgrounds that you can go through. So there's elf, human, lizard. The lizards are fun. Look at that. It's so cool. But then you can also be undead, which I think is cool. Undead human, undead lizard, and then you go back to the Red Prince. I, of course, still want to be an elf. I want to be an elf because of the corpse eater thing, because I find that very fascinating, and also the ancestral knowledge. But I can't decide. Yeah, but I can turn them into a chicken. I could just focus on getting... Chicken Claw is also for a Shadow Blade. I like being a witch, though. It's always so hard to pick. Conjurer is also really good. I might do Conjurer this time. Mostly because I can focus on Conjure Incarnate and Elemental Totem, because that gives me a lot of things to help me out on the battlefield. Now for a name. I like Wisp. Wisp is cool. My skin color. Ah, yes, I am bisque colored. I'm gonna zoom in on this face. Bald! I like this one.
Meet your maker.
I'll yield to none.
I'll yield to none.
Almost got me that time. Greet the Reaper for me.
Glory is mine.
Meet your maker.
Nice try.
I feel like Scholar or Trickster.
Almost got me that time.
Glory is mine.
Glory is mine.
You're not trying to escape, are you?
I mean, Wisp looks like she's kind of tricky. Okay, so... Summoning, Lore Master, and Leadership, I'll get a +1. I think that's fine. I still think this headpiece is so cool. Ah, yes, Pet Pal is very good to start out with. I'm gonna keep that. We're gonna keep that, because Pet Pal is very good to have. Okay, my origins. I'd say maybe Mystic or Outlaw. I feel like conjuring stuff would lead to Mystic. Ah, yes. The instruments. I mean, I played the my origin instrument, the cello. Probably the cello, because I actually did play the cello. Alright, I think that's good. Am I happy with the hair? Let me see it from a distance. Maybe I like the bob. Maybe it's this part. Hold. Since her name is Wisp, maybe her hair should be more wispy. I like the purple.
One eternity later.
Okay. Officially, this is Wisp. Our elf conjurer. Story.
It all happened like I knew it would. A single drop of source magic. And, like flies to honey, the monsters swarmed. The rebel panicked. The carnage began. And the magisters pointed their fingers at me. Just as I'd planned. I was shackled and collared and sent to Fort Joy. I'd come here to kill Godwoken. But instead, I became part of their story.
Woo!
So, still a bit groggy, are we? Don't worry. The sedative will wear off soon enough. Easy now. No need to hurry. Get your bearings and report to me upstairs.
I think we can turn it up a bit again.
So it wasn't a dream after all.
There you are! Hello! What an icon. How tall are you? Oop, saving. I'm stealing your stuff.
An animal sty. Freight or food?
Shaking her fluffy coat, the sheep eyes you balefully, her rectangular eyes like letterboxes to the void. With one sharp hoof, she kicks you right in the shin.
Fresh meat. Bah. Nice. Plump. Banded like a chicken's leg, too. That may be so, but look at the flies. Ban wisdom. Flies know when a creature will die. And it's around your head they're buzzing, not mine.
With two shakes of her stumpy tail, the sheep turns away from you to peruse her hay-filled manger.
Okay. Rude. I'm stealing all your stuff. The cargo door key. I see. Egg. Egg, egg,
Did you
egg.
expect a needle?
Thank you. Hello. How may I help you today? I'm gonna take this ham and this bread and this pie and this apple. I meant to read that. Orders from Guard Steward. Important! It's come to my attention again that several of you are bypassing the cargo hold security measures by sliding boxes onto the pressure plates. This will not do. The purpose of these measures is to require the presence of at least 3 magisters at a change of shift. Any deviation will result in at least 1 magister getting thrown overboard. Make sure it isn't you, Magister C1. Swain? C1? Swain? I don't know. Save. Hi! Are you Eepin?
You there. Come here.
You there. Give me a second. Ha.
Hey. Hey.
Get me out of this cage and I'll make it worth your while. You in?
Why are you in the cage in the first place?
Your guess is as good as mine. Someone screamed loud as a banshee. After that, pure pandemonium. They never even told me what I was accused of. Just dragged me down here. A gentlewoman among jesters, you are. Give that lever a pull, and I guarantee we'll both get something out of the deal.
Before you can even touch the lever, you hear a sniff and snort behind you as the snoring Magister mumbles himself awake. One bloodshot eye opens, and then another.
Is my shift over? You here to relieve me? Oh, wait, you're no Magister. You're a sorcerer. What are you doing here, filthy elf? Choose your words carefully. My fists ache to meet a new face.
I have +2 constitution, so... There's fighting coming up from above. You should check that out.
Damn. If it's not one thing, it's another. And no way I can trust those fools to deal with any nonsense on their own. Can't leave the prisoner alone, though. He's been nothing but trouble, I hear.
I have +1 intelligence, so... Damn.
If it's all the same, I think it's best he comes with me. Some offence intended. You hear that, Emoire? We're taking a walk.
Well, you're getting out.
Come on. And keep your hands where I can see them.
Okay.
Hurry it up, sorcerer. We haven't got all day.
Whoop.
A dead Magister.
So much
Somebody
for
will
a
have to
peaceful
take the
stroll.
blame for this.
Woo!
And
You
it
can't
won't
get
be
me. Fun fact, bucko. That's all I can do. Ow! Fucking rude. Ow. Bitch. Fuck off. Ow. Thank you, buddy. That was very nice of you. I had nothing on you. Sucks to suck. Sorry, you're floating. Thank you. I'm gonna take that. Ooh, an electric discharge skull. Thank you for that. Okie dokie. That scared me! Oh my god! That scared the crap out of me. Why did he scream like that? Ow. How did that happen? Ow. I think. There's gotta be something.
Empty.
Empty. Okay, take a nap. Just take a nap. Man, it's been a while since I've played this. I don't remember anything. I did it!
Not the most elegant solution, was it?
It was not! And now we've done a big fucking circle.
And I'm back where I started. Nowhere to go but up.
Here we go. Okay. Don't mind me, I'm busy. I'm seeing if I can steal your things. Oop, I can. Take that. You're just standing there watching me steal your stuff.
Why, you're looking a bit more chipper. Yes. Looks like that collar fits you snugly enough. Nice bit of work, even if I do say so myself.
Mm-hmm.
There you are. Not too tight, I hope. The collar, I mean. Oh, not to worry. Every dog has to get used to its leash.
Me.
In the meantime, your next stop will be Magister William. All passengers have to be registered in the ship's manifest, and he's the chap in charge of the logs. You'll find him on the other side of this deck, in the officers' quarters. No. You're alive, and you're having a conversation. You are on a ship, of course, but luckily for us both, we're merely sailing the plain old sea.
Index fingers pressed to her lips, she pauses a moment to give you a scrutinizing gander.
My word, you do seem a bit befuddled, don't you? Perhaps I was a bit too generous with that sedative. Oh, well, I'm sure you'll soon gather your wits. Most likely. Eventually. In the meantime, all you need to know is that we're on route to Fort Joy.
Sorry. Sneezed.
A new life awaits, and if you're a particularly good girl, perhaps a cure as well. An end to Sauce. For good.
An end to Sauce for good.
Why, for my peace of mind, of course. Why don't you try casting one of those Sauce spells of yours? See what happens. Oh, do go on.
Don't do it.
I won't hold it against you. Promise.
Nah.
My, aren't we a meek little lamb? Perhaps I need.
I'm not doing it because I ain't getting my shit rocked.
Darling on you. So let's just leave it on, shall we? Because to answer your question, what this collar does is this. It makes you unable to cast Sauce. For your own peace of mind, of course. Yours and the whole world's.
You don't need to know what's going on. I'm gonna take this book later.
Good gods! There's been a murder here.
There's been a murder!
A young magister stands pale and silent. Her knuckles whiten around her weapon as you pass. Behind the magister, a bloodied mass lies in a heap. Gore and limbs lie at odd angles. You can't make out a face amid the mess.
Peer to the room and ask what happened.
There's been a murder. A sorcerer was killed by one of your own. Lucky you were busy getting your collar fitted at the time, or you'd be a suspect like the rest of them. Waters is investigating. She'll figure out who did it. Always does.
I mean, I can figure out the memories. I'm an elf.
Aren't you enterprising? I'll let Waters tell you no herself. Go ahead. She with the body.
She with the body. Hi. I can eat him.
Ugly sight, isn't it? Burns me up this happened under our protection. We're extremely lucky no Voidwalker followed the source that did this. Finn didn't see it like that. He was desperate for us to help him. Two things scared the living daylights out of him. His own shadow and his own source. We'll find out who did this. Speaking of...
She looks up at you with a mirthless smile.
I was on duty in your room when the murder happened. You were asleep the whole time. Didn't even stir. You're one of the only indisputably innocent people on the ship. Unless you can commit murder in your sleep, of course.
I haven't done that yet.
I thought as much. Listen, I could use someone to keep their ears open among the passengers. Sometimes they clam up in front of a uniform.
In front of a uniform.
Bring me a good lead, and I'll throw in a shiny gold coin for you. How about that?
I ain't no snitch. So I'm just gonna leave. Again, I'm an elf.
A no doesn't become a yes over time, you know. Ah, there you are. Wife.
Hi.
Would you please tell this very charming gaggle of not at all brat-like babes that I am by no accounts this Losa woman, nor do I sing, in fact. I'm deathly allergical.
Let's play along. You must be mistaken.
How very correct you are, spouse of mine. Madame Josephine Gribbles de Peeb refuses to be confused with anyone else. What? What's so funny?
Her pinched face cracks into a great grin, and she shoos the children away from her with a laugh.
Yeah, okay, you found me out. Go on and git, and maybe I'll sing you something when I'm good and ready.
She turns to you, dark-eyed and dirty-haired, and smiles flatly.
Gotta keep ourselves entertained, haven't we?
True enough.
You'd presume right.
Do you know anything that happened with the murder?
Nope. Trying not to find anything out either. Ignorance is bliss. The utterer, the better.
I could use somebody to watch my back.
Thanks, but I already belong to an elite and exclusive ship gang. We play ball every day after lunch. You're too soft for it. You take care, though.
Suddenly, her eyes cloud to an unnatural black. Greyish veins run down her face, and her mouth tightens into a cruel sneer. As quickly as they came, the clouds clear. She smiles as though no change came over her.
Good luck, Chief.
Losa. That's her name.
Got this wolf on a leash now.
The elf is reading a volume of Cranley Hubert's famous encyclopedia. He looks up, his big round eyes scanning your body, absorbing every detail.
I know I'm hot.
He reaches out and examines your face, tugging at your ears and prodding your nose.
Those are attached, sir.
Fascinating.
He sits back and returns to his book, flicking quickly from page to page, completely oblivious to your presence.
Is that a good book?
It is simultaneously too detailed and insufficient. I know the beginning of this tale and the end, but I am rather missing the middle. Tell me, what do you know of our world's history?
Probably the elf.
Oh, please. I have no interest in that. Your books are too full of it already.
We don't have books.
No. I want to know about the Celestial. I want to know about your gods. This text tells me that they created all creatures, but nothing of what came before. Where did these gods come from? Who are their people? Where are the others of their kind?
I've thought about that too, but don't have any sure answers.
Of course you don't have any useful information. Why did I expect anything else? Now please, run along. I have a world to decipher.
Maybe I should do some little acting. So we're gonna insist. Why are you so curious about the gods?
No amount of pestering will get the elf to take his eyes off his book or respond to your questions.
Okay. Fine.
It was one of them. I know it.
Would you put a knuckle in it? I'm trying to concentrate.
Would you put a knuckle in it? I'm trying to
They don't care about us.
A broad dwarf sits totally upright on the bench, eyes closed, palms face up on his knees. His beard is a cascade of meticulous plaits, each one braided through with golden medallions. He raises an eyebrow as you approach, but doesn't open his eyes.
Listen up, Ghetto. You hear that?
What am I meant to be hearing?
The ship, of course.
Okay.
A wave of sound washes over you. The unintelligible chatter of your shipmates, the groaning of wood from floor to ceiling, the boom, crash and crackle of waves around you, complaints from the sea itself.
And?
Two.
The fellow cocks his ear, listening.
That isn't anger, it's...
He cocks his ear to the other side, then smiles.
Anticipation. She senses something. I'd hold on to my breeches if I were you, mate. That's all you hear, though. Listen close.
Okay. Listen harder.
There now, just like that.
Squeak!
Aha!
His eyes snap open as his countenance breaks into an expression of joy. One great paw claps you on the back. The other catches you before you lose your footing.
How can he reach my... First of all, he is dwarf. So he is probably about, like, this high. I mean, I guess if he could reach... If he's this high, he could reach my back. So, it's probably fine.
There, you heard it, didn't you? I knew it. I knew it. Aye, this is good news, Ghetto. Good news.
I heard it. What am I hearing?
It's the wheel. The wheel. Don't you see, you beautiful idiot? Squeaks whenever the helmsman jerks it clockwise, which means we're heading east. Burn my beard. That means if we've been traveling for, yes, only 10.34 nautical miles to Fort Joy.
I mean, it is a great beard. Do not burn your beard.
Ah, so you've eyes as well as ears, eh? You'll go far, mate, even here.
I mean, yeah. There's nothing good about the place.
Yeah, no indeed, Ghetto. But that ain't my final destination.
The dwarf leans back from the table and strokes his beard, gold medallions jingling merrily. His eyes roll over to you.
That'll be all, thank ye kindly, Ghetto.
Look for him again.
Well, well. What have we here? A fresh face in this stale hell. Let's size you up, shall we? See if you...
The lizard looks you up and down.
I didn't mean to do that.
Like a farmer would a fetching horse. All of a sudden, he grips you firmly by the chin, with the intent of inspecting your teeth.
What the fuck are you doing?
I'm inspecting your teeth, in case that wasn't spectacularly obvious. There's some discoloration, but I've seen worse. After all, one can't expect to find prime merchandise on a squalid little ship like this.
Fuck off.
Now then, to business. You will answer me 3 questions. The first one is this. Can you cook?
I can cook.
Ah, music to my beleaguered stomach. On to the second question. Can you knit, weave? In short, tailor?
I can crochet, and I can sew. So.
Oh, but to feel the caress of satin on my scarlet skin once more. A most satisfactory answer indeed. On then to my final query. Have you the ability to administer the upkeep of one's personal appearance? The delicate art of cosmetics is what I'm after.
I like to do makeup, so I am no stranger to combs, powders, and perfumes.
The very basics, then. I suppose that's a start. So, 3 questions asked, 3 questions answered. Let's evaluate, shall we? As per your own testimony, you can cook, tailor, and groom. Well, that just about settles it. I offer you my sincerest congratulations. As of now, you are my slave.
You're what now?
My slave, of course. Oh, but I see. Yes, I suppose it must take some time for the full extent of this honor to sink in. Anyway, you may leave me for a moment. We'll go over your duties once we reach Fort Joy. Now shoo!
I'll give you that knuckle if you keep carrying on.
One of us wouldn't kill our own. They're picking us off one by one.
Can we just skip to the
A scruffy man lounges against the wall with scarred arms folded. A sly smile playing on his face, he stares across at the Magister guarding him. Noticing you, he straightens and beckons for you to come closer.
Watch your back, new fish. There's a murderer on board, and I'd bet 3 months' pay it's this tramp Ifan.
Ifan.
Rolling his eyes at the Magister's warning, the man named Ifan beckons again.
I want a snack.
He leans in and adjusts your collar with a sharp tug, balancing its weight so it no longer presses unpleasantly on your neck. He winks.
Thanks, man.
Pinches less that way, right?
It does!
Hocking a phlegmy gobbet in your general direction, the sullen Magister settles back to his task of glowering at Ifan. And now, you.
So, what's with the cloak guy? You a murderer, Ifan?
We used to know each other, more's the pity. I was his commander many, many, many moons ago. Isn't that right, Vic?
Standing far back from Ifan, the tight-faced Magister draws one finger across his throat in an elaborate fashion, but says nothing. Ifan grins, flashing pointed white teeth.
Same as he was at 14 years old. Only difference is somebody gave him a bigger sword, and now he's Johnny Big Pants.
How did you get here?
Long story. Maybe I'll tell you about it in the Joy. Away from interested parties.
Did you do it?
No.
Okay, cool.
The dead man, Finn, is it? I'd no business with him. And I wouldn't put a man down without good reason.
He glances over at Magister Victor, who's staring back at him with pointed intensity.
Damn shame sheer annoyance isn't reason enough.
What about Fort Joy?
The Joy? I've heard a lot. Nothing good. No surprise there, since Bishop Alexander runs the show.
That was his name. I was thinking about it this whole time. I was like, there's a guy who's like a priest or something, and I couldn't figure it out. It's Bishop Alexander. That's it.
Wonder if we'll get to meet the ringmaster himself.
I mean, we could fuck shit up.
Easy now. I might think the same. But Vic here will blow a blood vessel if he hears you talking like that.
What are you conspiring about over there? You, elf, what's your name?
Oh, don't mind him. Vic's just got a bee in his bonnet. And that bee is me.
Name?
My name is Lenta.
Magister Victor looks at you suspiciously, then scrawls something illegible down in a tiny notebook. He scowls at you as he stows the notebook back in his voluminous robes.
Away with you, at once.
Not gonna give you my
performs an
actual
elaborate
name.
pantomime of keeping quiet, one finger in front of his lips as he leans back against the wall.
Not gonna give you my actual name.
I'm trying to concentrate.
What you doing?
An elf sits tucked away in a dark spot, lazily rolling dice onto the surface of a barrel. They sound like the dry cackling of an old witch.
Snake eyes.
Mmm.
She chuckles.
I bet that's just what they'll look like.
What you doing?
Rolling dice.
Cool.
Deciding fates.
Whose fate?
Don't worry, honey. It isn't yours.
Cool.
She looks you up and down with the merest hint of a coy smile on her lips.
Never say never, though.
Can you read the future?
She eyes you suspiciously.
Not the future, no. But I can read the past in flesh. Just like you. And I'm quite good at it, too.
Cool.
I could lick your arm and tell you how you spent the night before last. Shall I?
I don't know where your tongue's been. I'm sorry, Sybil. I don't know where your tongue has been. Even though I'm a fellow elf, I don't know what you licked last. I don't know what you're doing. We're not gonna do that.
She chuckles once more.
That red-cheeked refusal tells me more than licking you would. But suit yourself, darling.
Damn, she's hot. Sorry. She's hot.
Name? Well, you aren't here on my list. Scram, eh? We're trying to catch a killer here.
You! Sorcerer! Blood? No! Go! Oof.
I spent my life singing for my slaves to bring me my supper. Finer fare than boiled roots and rotten tubers, too. Meanwhile, the Magisters feast on honeyed meat behind this very wall. The indignity.
That sounds pretty good. Honey meat. I had some, like, salmon that had some honey in the marinade. It was pretty good.
I've never dined on anything less than a dozen-course dinner, and I don't intend to do away with the custom.
Did he say a dozen-course dinner?
That has the
Was it, like, all little courses? Or is it bigger courses?
You get saucy with me when you clearly don't know the first thing about...
Here's the register, ma'am. Good, good. Magister Williams has just about done with the last passenger. You faring okay so far?
I mean, yeah. Would you be fine?
He tugs the collar of his uniform and chuckles.
I'm sorry you're upset, ma'am, but we all wear what we wear for a reason. You head on in now. Williams will get you sorted fast.
And I don't intend to do away with those bolts. Unacceptable. I've never dined on anything less than a dozen-course dinner, and I don't intend to do away with the custom.
Well, there has been...
Hello?
Standing at the center of the room, you spot a sorcerer haughtily eyeing a pair of nervous-looking magisters. They keep their crossbow trained upon her as she's being interrogated by an officer.
So you admit it then? You murdered that poor fella?
Yes, I did. But of course, that was only the beginning.
She turns her head and looks you straight in the eye.
There are others whose lives must end.
Good God, the woman's mad. You there, sorcerer, go and fetch Magister Siwan. We need to do more than collar this maniac. We need to shackle her, hands and feet.
What do you mean, there's others?
It means your journey draws to a close. Do stick around for its finale, though, because...
She reaches for her collar and simply removes it.
I'm just about to create a scene.
Subdue her, men, quickly! If she casts source, the Voidwoken will come. They'll end us all.
She smiles with wicked satisfaction.
Precisely.
What's happened?
What's happened? I'm gonna take everything. Taking it all. Empty cup. Take the fish. Stealing everything. Oh, that's a plate. I didn't... By everything, I meant the food. The dog! Not the dog! I'm taking your shirt!
The dwarf lies in a heap on the floor, his great beard twisted and tangled around him. He is stock still. You can't see if he's living or dead.
Is your heart beating?
You hear a faint thud, thud, thud. He's alive, but only just.
Cool. Are you good?
No! What? What happened? Must have been the turnips.
Water!
Water? Wine, for goodness sake. Oh.
The lizard's eyes close as he slips into unconsciousness.
Ah, well, that didn't work. Ah, she was cool looking. Sad. I'm taking all the food. Actually, is there... Yeah! Okay. Okay, and then... get some armor on me.
Ifan lies motionless, curled on the ground like an animal. Under his shaggy hair, you can see green eyes fluttering as if in a nightmare. A low whine escapes his lips.
Wake the fuck up!
His eyes flicker open, but he doesn't register your presence at all.
Lucien. Lucien.
Ifan cries out, then his eyes fall closed again. No matter how much you shake him now, he cannot be roused.
Hello?
No, not the final dark. Not yet.
Don't worry. I've got you.
It's no use. Your words do not seem to reach her.
The dice roll darkly. They're rolling for me.
Did the sheep make it? The sheep did not make it. I forgot your name already.
The young woman lies in a heap on the floor. She's breathing normally, but her eyes are wide open, like those of a corpse. Dark, grayish-black clouds swirl through them.
That's a lot of salt in your eyes.
No.
She's nah, I'm good. I'm gonna steal this book. The Source King says there are no magics too foul, even those that would block or even remove the source within an individual. I delight in his madness. It's an invitation to manipulate all which we once believed immutable. He provides all manner of experimental subjects. The text beneath lists a series of hexes and materials required for muting source. Some of those objects are all circled in black ink and entailed as follows: helm, collar, mask. Mine! You don't deserve it. I'm gonna eat your leg.
As the dead man's flesh slides down your throat, you feel his consciousness enter yours. His memories are yours to experience. You are Finn. Your heart is heavy. You know too much. It's all too much. You met him. A bright light blinds you, then fades. You feel a tremendous power in your hands, but they are shaking so hard you can barely use them. Suddenly you're on this very ship, crouched in a corner, hugging your knees. A figure approaches, an older woman. Her eyes are kind. She comes closer. She says she wants to talk. She reaches a hand toward you. You grasp it. The memories end. You are no longer Finn. You return to yourself with a jolt.
Wow. A woman from Driftwood with nary a care offered me kisses that answered my prayer. I accepted her gift, then to my dismay, a spider she was, and I her buffet. Once feasting was over, she licked her red lips. I rose from the floor, still coming to grips. She thanked me for coming and bade her farewell. My prayer indeed answered, though I still did swell. My cock is rock hard. So I guess we can just go up for now. What happened to the children? Are they okay?
The hatch is blocked. I'll need to find another way.
Okay, so I guess I just go up those stairs. Is this the stern room? Where am I? The hold. Hello?
The hound paws desperately at its snout. It winces as it draws blood from its wet black nose and continues scratching.
What's the matter?
The dog notices you for the first time and snarls, the hairs on its back prickling as it lowers itself into a lunge.
You sorcerer!
It sneezes suddenly and paws at its nose once more.
Can't smell. Can't breathe. Too much sauce. Too much. Too much. Please, make it stop.
Oh, this poor pupper! Ask the job if its job isn't to hunt sorcerers. Tell it to go find the one who did this. I guess.
Too much. Too much. Can't smell. Can't breathe.
The dog whines and continues pawing at its nose.
Oh, puppy! Puppy! I don't want to leave you, puppy!
Not long before this thing snaps into splinters.
I don't want to leave the pup. Are you? Bro, you good? Okay, cool.
Great. gods! Something's pounding on the hull!
What does it say? Murthoff. Death fog barrels have been locked down in storage. Stay out, you and Rick's both. If anyone starts fooling around in there, it'll be lights out. Captain Colwyn.
The marking on the door was painted recently, judging from its pungent scent. You recognize the symbol immediately for what it is. A warning of death fog within. You press your palm against the door to open it. The wood feels neither cold nor warm, but simply grey. The color drains from your hand, and you are left numb.
So this is all death fog. Hey, what you doing over here, buddy?
You pass through the door and are suddenly face to face with an undead. His skull is bizarrely angular, and a glorious jewel sits in the middle of his forehead. The skeleton is quickly leafing through a volume of Cranley Hubert's famous encyclopedia, muttering to himself.
No! What damn fools record knowledge on a pulped tree? It catches fire, it turns into must when wet, it cannot even resist acid. No wonder they're so bloody ignorant.
The skeleton looks up and notices you for the first time.
Oh, it's you. Shouldn't you be running and screaming or some such?
I mean, the ship's going down.
The skeleton groans and looks back to his book, frantically flipping from page to page.
I know your god did not gift you with much, but kindly use the little you were given. Do you look at me and think, why yes, there is someone with organs enough to drown? Trifling matters like water and poison do not concern me.
Sick.
No, damp robes are the most I have to fear. Once this glorified skiff hits the sea floor, I will simply walk to shore. Whereas you, I believe, have lifeboats to pointlessly squabble over.
I mean, he's right. The ship's going down. I don't have time to fucking chat.
Remember, one of your race's weaknesses is having your lungs filled with water until you can no longer breathe. So, try to avoid that, perhaps.
The skeleton resumes his search, leafing through page after page, while hunching over the book in a futile attempt to keep it dry.
Okay, I could bust in here. Hi!
Thank the gods! I can find Grace, what was...
He eyes the collar circling your neck and reaches a hand towards his blade.
Another sorcerer!
The Magister's companion doesn't blink, frozen in place at the sight of you.
So, what's going on?
Like you don't know? Mutiny! Did that witch fix your collar too?
He whispers loudly to the other Magister.
Don't just cower there, Rix! Take out your blade!
Rix grabs his sword, which shakes in the rhythm of his trembling hand.
There was no mutiny. I almost died. Damn.
The Magisters look to each other, then back to you, and unsheath their blades with a metallic zing.
I thought I had a +1 intelligence.
Your lies end here. Get her!
Ow! Owie! I'm so mean. My sweet Stefan, as I write this letter, we near the Isle. By the time the owl delivers it, I will be but a day away. I've heeded Alexander's orders just as you said I should, but I think of Lucian often. Would the divine have condoned this? Would he have blessed us as we ripped children away from their mothers? Can this be the only way? I feel cold, inside and out. Of one thing I am certain, your arms will warm me when I find you again. When love, Rick. Ah, did I? Damn. Did I kill? Oh, that's homophobic. Damn it. I'm sorry. Oh, right before Pride Month, too. I'm so sorry. You drew your weapon first. I was defending myself. I tried to tell you there was no mutiny, but you didn't fucking listen. Now did ya? Oop. Ah. Ha! Sucks to suck. Fuck off! Ow. Aw, man. Ow. Ow! Ow! Stop it! Jesus. Cool.
A lifeboat! That means there's still a chance.
Go on, I'm on there and digging the rope.
My ball! You do it!
Shut your trap, kid. Children and dwarfs first, just like the old stories say.
The dwarf yanks at one of the nearby ropes to no avail.
You said there were other people down there. We need to help them.
You see those tentacles, kid? It's time for getting the hell out of here.
Fucking coward. I'll go.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. There's a ladder right over there. You can go straight down.
You're gonna be the death of us, you hear?
You're gonna be the death of us, you hear? I've got this, 'cause I'm cool.
If you can walk, get yourself up the ladder. There's a Wait! Void Vulcan!
These beardless bugs won't sink the ship on my watch.
Lord have mercy! Ow.
I thought Void Woken was supposed to be scary.
I've faced worse.
You're taking 20 years to run. It's fine.
Let the games begin.
Backstab critical. Huh? Oh my god! It's Jesus! Ow! Thanks, buddy. Rude as fuck. What the fuck? I clicked the totem! Why did you walk over here? Oh my god, okay, fine, whatever.
Read the Reaper for me.
Away! The sea's hungry. We don't have much time. I hear something.
She tries to speak, but can only gape as she clutches her neck, trying to stem the bleeding of a gushing wound.
I mean, I will not die ever with like a bad conscience.
With jagged movements, she raises her clenched fist and holds out a length of cloth soaked with some kind of strong-smelling tincture.
Here you go.
Blood quickly soaks through the cloth. Magister Siwan's mouth opens and closes, her eyes wide in terror.
Tourniquet!
Blood pours out from around the bandage. Magister Siwan reaches out to you, her hand flailing.
Tighter!
It's working. The pressure is stemming the flow of blood. Siwan clutches your arm, her eyes locked with yours. Something within the ship snaps. The floorboards shudder.
Can you stand?
Siwan struggles to her feet, clinging to you tightly. The ship lets out a deep groan, then cracks.
It's ripping the ship apart!
We're all fine. That's just a Monday. God?
I have plans for you, child.
Hello?
Rise.
Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Honorable Dallas, we lost a ship sailing sorcerer prisoners to Fort Joy. We assume some escaped and broke their collars. Their vile magic lured the Voidwoken.
That is not what happened.
All who were aboard are presumed dead. Yours faithfully into eternity, High Judge Oriven.
Thirsty. See, I'm fine.
Those Voidwoken made short, bloody work of the ship. Am I the lone survivor? It seems something, wanted me alive.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna end this episode here. Thank you so much for coming to my first episode of playing Divinity Original Sin 2. We will start exploring Fort Joy in the next episode. Thanks so much for coming. Bye-bye!